We've got some outstanding members of Congress who are big fans of the Heat. They're from both parties because we all know nothing brings people together like the Miami Heat.
Sorry, President Obama. I think nothing brings people together like the American two-party system in your government. Nope. The Miami Heat were at the White House celebrating another NBA title.
He was dropping jokes all day during that press conference.
He's getting his Chris Tucker on. Yep. But now, Miami Heat, LeBron James. Let's continue this conversation. LeBron James recently was quoted. My girl Susan's going to throw this quote up on the board, but he was quoted as being jealous of Kevin Durant's shot attempts. Here's the quote. I get jealous sometimes when I look over at KD and he's like 16 of 32 from the field and then 14 of 34. But there are games where I have it going and then at the end of the game, I'm like, damn, I just shot 12 of 16. Why don't I get up at least 6 or 7 more? I definitely notice it. Now, that's LeBron James, of course, speaking to the media. He likes to give them quotes sometimes. Do you really think LeBron James is thinking about KD's shot attempts? Because, I mean, look at your hand, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think what happened is a little tear went in his eye, and then he cut himself with all those rings. I think if you look at the percentage, too, right? If you look at the total points at the end of the game, I think it's much closer, based on the attempts. So I think he looks at that number and says, what would it be like if I took those numbers? I think the reason it's a story, honestly, is because fans want to see him take more shots. Because we want that LeBron when he was on turbo, right? Yeah. But I think he said, no, I'm going to keep playing this way.
Can LeBron play that style of game? We always wanted him to be a Kobe Jordan type, but we've realized he's more of the Magic.
Well, I think that everybody has realized, and we've realized very quickly once he got into the league, that he's going to be praised and he was going to be great for distributing the ball as well. Like, I don't want to see the other one. It's okay. We have other players that do that, Like, no. LeBron, stay where you are. You're doing just fine.
And on that team, he can't take that many more shots.
No.
Yeah.
Because that ball's got to go to other people.
Okay, now on that team, Dan, we just saw, even though they were a little bit, how do you explain? They were lethargic after the White House visit. They got smacked by the Wizards. That was weird. But we did get to see Greg Oden. We did get to see Greg Oden play for the first time this year with the Miami Heat. Dan, do you see him coming around to form at the end of the season?
Well, right now it's just nice to see Greg Oden on the court.
Here's the injury. The last time we had seen him on the floor prior to.
Sorry, we had to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that again. Here he goes.
I'd much rather watch him get a nice few buckets the other night in Washington, and maybe it took a little bit away from the fact that the Wizards waxed them and that the Heat and LeBron even admitted it. They are tired. 2 runs to the finals.
Long season.
LeBron and Wade played Olympic years as well. They have played a ton of basketball.
And all those commercial shoots, I mean, it's not easy running those Nike commercials.
Counting that money.
It's not easy being a one-man conglomerate, right? So it's just great. It's great to see Oden playing. Is he going to have an impact? No chance.
Nope.
If they get to the Eastern Finals, I'm not saying Indiana's going to beat them, but Hibbert would eat Oden alive in that series.
Moving on now. New York City. Where you at? Seriously, on the basketball court. Both your teams finally edging up to the edge of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Mike Woodson, though, was recently quoted this week about his top dog, of course, and we know who his top dog is, Carmelo Anthony. The quote goes, "In my heart, I don't think Anthony will sign with another team. I think Melo will retire a New York Knick. That's just my personal belief. The situation is Carmelo Anthony, the top dog on a team that's severely underachieving after a huge year last year. He is in a contract year, and the Knicks have his bird rights, which means if they re-sign him, they got to pay him way more than anybody else."
But what's the difference? Like, he can max out with them at 124, and every other team is 99, roughly.
So there's a $30 million difference.
Which is a big difference. But at $100 million, the thing that I'm concerned about him is he says he really wants to experience being courted, and he wants to know what it's like.
To be courted?
To be courted by other teams.
Wasn't he recruited by Syracuse?
No, but he wants to be like that free agent and test the waters and see what it's like to be treated that way.
Then play some defense.
That's exactly it. This guy likes the idea of being a champ way more than he wants to do the work in being it. So, I mean, if I'm the Knicks at that money,
yeah,
I don't know.
The quote says,
it's
quoted, it's my personal belief, and that's exactly what it is. It's nothing else other than that, because I think Melo will go wherever Lala tells him to.
Whoa.
End quote.
Shots fired. Okay, Dan, your take, because, our Lakers will have a little bit of money coming up soon, so, I mean.
The Lakers are going to have Kobe and one of the top 5 picks. Carmelo, just sign your money. He was the one who wanted to go to New York from Denver in the first place.
That is true.
He
It wasn't him
belongs
that
in New
wanted
York.
to. It was Lala.
I don't know anything about that. That dude wanted to be in New
Hey.
York. He belongs with the Knicks, and they should still build a franchise around him.
If
Like,
anyone,
he's a good man. He's a
La
good
La
husband.
or
good, great. Hey,
husband.
if anyone could give us entertainment news, it's definitely T-Rex.
I'm just saying, he's a good husband. He's a great basketball player. I love Carmelo Anthony, Baltimore all day.
B more and Brooklyn.
I played
The Wire
against, I
and
played
Brooklyn.
against him in high school.
The Wire.
Go
The Wire.
Yes.
All right. Okay, another guy that we all love because he doesn't shut his mouth, Mark Cuban, who wants complete transparency in the NBA. Recently, Sean Marion got a ticky-tack foul on Kevin Love at the buzzer, but they didn't call the foul. The NBA came out and said they were wrong to not call the foul. Cuban, a bit perturbed because it was his team that was involved in the game, said, hey, if you guys are going to start claiming that you're making bad calls, complete transparency. Don't just do it sometimes. We want a list. We want the NBA to document the calls that are missed, the calls that are made. Complete transparency. You buying this, Dan?
No, I mean, in theory, it is kind of a nice idea, but there's 500 decisions that get made by officials in every basketball game. You can't document all of them. It's a good move by the league to acknowledge the big mistakes late in a game, and hopefully it gets better as you go along. But, you know, I love Mark Cuban, but to say they're going to document every officiating transgression, it's too much to ask.
George?
I think Mark Cuban is just doing this for fun. He wants one more fine in the David Stern era. That's all he wants, just for old
Come on,
time's sake.
Dave.
Listen, I think the problem with the NBA is 100% the officiating. The officiating is worse than Don King era boxing, and I think the idea of a home court call is so gross, and it actually, for a long time, turned myself and a lot of my friends off of watching the game with any seriousness. Instead of having open transparency for the fans, how about you keep count of it, and then you look at which refs don't meet your threshold,
And fire them.
them.
out of there.
That's it, and make that
Hey.
deal with the union.
That's the solution. We got our
Listen to
solution
George.
from
When
Strombo.
did they get Cuban on the
We're
phone?
gonna fly you out to the head
I
office
like Cuban,
right after
by the way. I
show.
do like Cuban.
Yeah,
He's
get Cuban
entertaining.
on the
yeah.
phone with
Cuban's
Strombo.
checked down here
Listen,
and pick up
stop.
Strombo.
You're cutting into my Lakers time. On the other side of the break, we got to talk about Swaggy P and the Los Angeles Lakers. You know we do it every week here on the Hangout. Canada's home for basketball. Strombo, T-Rex, DG on the road, and your boy Keel Augustine. This is the Hangout. We will see you after the break, and we will continue to talk about who? Dan, tell them. The Lake Show, baby. See ya.